Hello, everyone, and welcome to Varsity Aces Live. I'm sports writer Greg Matora for NorthJersey.com and The Record. Tonight's topic, baseball. The baseball season has started. We're playing games, and we'll be joined this evening by coaches and players from two of the top teams in North Jersey. So let's get right down to it and introduce our guests. Representing St. Joseph, our top-ranked team in the North Jersey preseason top 25, we have Coach Mark Cieslak. Mark, how are you?
Hi, how you doing today, Greg?
I am not too bad. And then Green Knights player, senior, Anthony Stefan. Anthony, how are you?
It's actually Sean Hard is the St. Joe's player.
I've already fumbled the first one. I've already fumbled. I booted the first ground ball, right? I apologize. Look at that.
I'll put him on the staff. We'll take him.
He pitched pretty well. Okay. So, Sean, how are you? I apologize.
Doing well, thank you.
And right after your good pitching performance in the win over Pope John, and I already booted the – good thing I wasn't in the field behind you. That would have been bad. And representing – now I'm going to lose my confidence. Representing Ridgewood, we have Coach Kurt Hammond. Kurt, how are you?
Very good, Greg. Thanks.
And then, Anthony, we're coming back to you a second time. I apologize for that. And how are you
doing?
Evening?
I'm good. How are you?
All right. Opening a baseball season. I guess I have early show jitters here. We're going to start right off with the players. First question to you, Sean. How did it feel getting onto the field for the first time? You opened the season with a win over Fairlawn, 16-6. You had multiple hits. What was the emotion? What's going through your mind?
It was a great day. We were so pumped to finally get back out on the field. You know, it's been almost 2 years now, and those 2 years felt like forever. So just being able to get back on the field with the guys was just an amazing feeling.
And how did you feel? Did you have a little bit of nerves in the early innings?
I wouldn't call them nerves. I think we were just more excited than nervous, and we were just so grateful to finally be able to play again.
Anthony, same question over to you. An 11-1 win in 5 innings over Northern Highlands.
Yeah, I mean, just to get out there with my friends again was it felt really special to me. I played with some of them in the summer, but I mean, high school baseball is just different, especially up in North Jersey. It has a different feel to it and all that stuff. And so being out there again next to like my 8 best friends, you know, it's nothing better than that.
Kurt, similar question, and that is from the coach's perspective. How did you view it? What did it mean to you to get back out after being out of the game last year due to the pandemic? And then how did you view the kids' performance in the first game?
Yeah, it's a special feeling. I think when you don't have it and it's taken away for that 1 year and then you get a chance to get back, we were all looking forward to it. I think the kids, coaches across the county, I think everyone's looking forward to just having a chance to have a regular season and play games and being out with your kids. And it's a special feeling. Even after all the years, it was still a great feeling to get out there. I thought our team played well in the first game. You know, it's a long way to go, a lot of question marks, but it was really a positive experience to get back out. And I think everyone's excited to hopefully we can make it through a regular season with a complete amount of games.
Mark, same question over to you from the coach's perspective. How did you view getting back on the field, and how do you think the kids played?
I'm going to piggyback a little bit what Kurt said there. It's, you know, of course, it's great to get on the field. We missed the camaraderie. So getting out, you know, catching it and then, you know, being quarantined for 10 days and getting through the season and all the ramification that comes with it. I think they played well in terms of being able to focus on the game, to be honest with you.
Could you talk a little bit, Mark, about, again, you opened the season with a 16-6 win over Fairlawn. Talk about that game, what went right. I believe you had 13 hits in that game.
Yeah, it was a nice way to start. We got a lot of people in the game, which was good. But like Kurt said, there's a lot of unanswered questions at this point still. Yeah, it was just really nice. It was a home game. It was a good thing for us.
Kurt, same question over to you. 11-1 win over Highlands. You know, what did you like specifically about your team's performance?
Yeah, I thought we started some young kids in the field and on the mound. So we had a sophomore who started for us and did a real nice job, Brendan Chanley. And we had but some of the kids who didn't get a chance last year had to finally get out there this year to get a chance to swing the bat a little bit. Joe Pagano, who was a senior, didn't have a chance last year. He would have played as a junior. Had a great day for us, 4 RBIs. And, across the board, I think it was just good for those kids to have the opportunity. And obviously they're looking to keep it going and keep getting those chances.
And, Pagano also had a home run in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony, you have a team that, that did very, very well a couple of years ago. I believe that you were part of that team 2 years ago that won the county title and also won the state group 4 title. What kind of expectations can you have, if any, 2 years later with new players?
It's just having confidence in my guys. But honestly, as for a team right now, we are just taking it one step at a time. Just one game at a time, one step at a time. It's all you can do in this sort of time where you don't even know if you're going to be playing the next day in the circumstances. But expectations are always high. I remember Coach Homan every year saying we'd have a list of things that we need to get accomplished, and counties and states and sectionals is all on that list. So I would say, as for right now, we're just we're enjoying playing. But expectations are definitely high, and I have all the confidence in this team that we can play well again.
Sean, same question over to you. You are the number 1 team, and I know it's only a preseason ranking. A game wasn't played when we put that out, but still you have to be pretty good. You have to have talent to get our number 1 ranking. What kind of expectations, if any, do the Green Knights have?
Well, for us, we had a tough loss my sophomore year to Anthony and Ridgewood. So we have a lot of guys returning from that team. And we're a very close-knit group, and I feel like we're ready for whatever comes our way this year. We're going to take it day by day, like Anthony said, and we just take every inning that we're on the field for granted and just make the most of what we have.
Now let's step away from the field for a moment. We were talking, about quarantining and having to not play for a while. What kind of, what have you had to do to stay safe here since the preseason started, when you're away from the field and when you're on the field? Kurt, can we start with you?
Yeah, it's on the field, obviously, the keeping the mask and the distancing, and it's so easy for the kids to want to get close to each other. They haven't had a chance to be together for a long time. So that's always, I hate being a pain in the neck, but always saying to them, separate, get 6 feet apart, keep your mask on, spread out. On bus rides, away from the field, keep windows open, trying to do hand sanitizing, the whole thing. It's almost like you're doing cleaning chores, but the things you have to do, or the things that in order to keep going, you have to do that stuff. So they understand it. They know it's part of the game, but both on and off the field. So I think everyone's on the same page with that.
Anthony, same question over you from a teenager's perspective. Senior year, I have a daughter who's a senior. You lose out on a lot of your freedoms this past year. What kind of sacrifices have you had to make to stay safe and be able to put yourself in position to have a season?
Yeah, in the beginning of the year, it was a little looser just because I'm not in season. But now in season, I'm sacrificing even like family time over the weekend. I can't afford to get COVID or give it to my team at this point. We need to play all the games and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you can't feel sorry for yourself. My senior year is lost, but why not make the most of it? It's just you deal with what you got at this point. There's no change in it. So, just got to stay safe and in and out of school and the season.
And then over to Joe's. Mark, what sacrifices, what's been different about your life this last month or so?
Yeah, no, like everybody is saying, you have to make those sacrifices because we all want to get all our games in. Keeping the kids apart. We test their temperature every day that they come up to the field. We have 30 kids on the team, 20 kids. We're testing everybody's temperature before practice, trying to keep everybody's mask on. I think the kids losing last year, understand how serious this is, so that we are very focused, try and keep the kids in on the weekends when everybody else is out doing their thing. And I think we're very focused, and our kids have been very disciplined moving forward because they know the importance of the year.
Sean, same question over you. What sacrifices have you and your teammates made here to stay safe and stay on the field?
My teammates and I, we understand, obviously everyone's going through this hard time. We understand the sacrifices we need to make to be able to have that full season that we've been dreaming of for the last 4 years. So, we've been good with everything. We've been coming together, talking, like making sure everyone's staying safe on their own. And we're just hoping we can get through the rest of the year, and we're confident we can do that.
Okay. All right. Let's move back out onto the field now. How has it been starting the regular season a little bit later? How did that impact you, if at all? Did you like that? Did you not like that? Kurt, can we start with you on that?
Yeah, well, the only thing I like about it is the weather, except for like this, what we're getting now. The weather is a little bit better. Usually those March scrimmages are just 35 degrees, 40 degrees. So that part of it I like. I think the shorter practice I'm getting ready for a season is a little tougher. We only just had a week or two. But for the most part, I think we just want to try to make the most of it for these kids. And if we can get the 20 to 25 that we're hoping for, that would be a great. And that's our goal. We trying to make it through each week. The time period of having a shorter prep was a little bit, tougher for coaches, I think. But at the same time, things go quickly, and before you know it, you're into your season. So you adapt. You do the best you can.
Anthony, again, a shorter preseason, and then your regular season starting almost 3 weeks later than it traditionally does. How did that impact you? Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, as Coach said, the weather is great, but the time to prep and gain confidence is where I think that it's lacking, in the sense where, like you said, I'm the only returning player from that 2019 season. And all these guys, I feel like the month would be like a big confidence booster. And I mean, my sophomore year, we went to Florida, and I played 8 games in a week, and I had that before we even touched field, like back in Ridgewood for like scrimmages. So I mean, it's missing out on that stuff, but I mean, we're ready, and we just gotta make the most of when we can go out there,
So Mark, over to you. Same question. A shortened preseason, and then a regular season that started almost 3 weeks later than usual. Your thoughts?
I agree with Stefan. Like missing those 8 games in Florida, hard to, we have a lot of kids, and you have to make cuts, and you want to give everybody an opportunity to be out there, but you don't have that game to do that, and then trying to get the pitchers up to their pitch counts before the season, and trying to take care of their arms was kind of a little bit of a test right now too. Sean pitched the other day, and I think he threw about 80 pitches, which was probably as high as we can get him with that short season, to be honest with you. So, yeah, that's a little bit of a challenge.
Sean, you were on the mound first game. How did that feel? Did you get tired a little bit sooner than you normally would have with a shortened preseason, or were you ready to go and it didn't impact you?
Personally, I feel I was ready to go. That extra month has given me time on my own to make sure my stamina is there. And throwing in a scrimmage last week, usually we have a couple scrimmages to throw in just to build up. But, a lot of that work has to have been done on our own outside of teams. So I feel like that was something that was big for me, and I feel like I was ready for it. So I think the one scrimmage, you had to make the most of it, and I feel like that really helped me this week.
Now, because last year's spring season was wiped out, the New Jersey State Interscholastic Athletic Association wanted to do everything possible to give spring sports the maximum opportunity. So while we are starting the regular season almost 3 weeks later, we've also extended the season further into June. Mark, your thoughts on that?
Well, I think the weather's going to be fine. I like that. I don't think everything's a little more calmed down. The kids are probably out of school at this point, right? So we should be able nice and relaxed in terms of our practices and getting ready and all that stuff. So I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Kurt, same question over to you. The season, I believe the last day is going to be about June 20th.
Yep. And again, during that time, it's kind of hectic anyway. I mean, even during a regular year, if you're in playoffs or stuff, there's proms, there's all the things, the graduations, all the stuff that goes on, the piles that kids have to deal with. But I think after losing last year, most of the kids are like, whatever it takes this year, I can make some sacrifices. We can try to make it work. We'll still be able to get to graduation, still be able to do the things we do. But I think the kids missed it so much, and it's so important to try to get that 1 year back, if you will. So I think they understand. I think they'll be okay with it. It is a tough, extended, if you will. Everything's happening in June, but we'll make it work. Do the best we can.
So, coaches, are you saying then that from the moment they set foot on the field for the first day of the preseason, that the kids have been more disciplined, have listened more, have done less horsing around? Mark, we'll start with you first.
Yeah, no, there's definitely less horsing around because it's always right there in front of you. You start practice with your temperature getting checked, and everybody's got to have their mask and their distance. So there's always a reminder right there that this could end tomorrow. So I coached basketball before this, and we had to stop 2 or 3 times, and then the season was over. So I had a little experience on how that works. So when we went out there, we keep our pitches separate. They're out, 6 feet apart from each other, just throwing to the catcher, 60 feet apart from each other. So we try not to mix it too much if we can. And I just.
And Kurt, back to you also. Are you saying that from the first day that the kids came in, that they've been all business?
Yeah, I think so. I think, and like Mark said, I think they've seen the other sports, football, basketball, wrestling. But other sports have lost time already this year. And they would like to try to have that opportunity to get a full season, because it's happened across the county to everybody, all levels, freshman, JV, varsity. You just never know. So I think they take it seriously, and they've really been more disciplined and trying to pay attention to the details and try to keep them safe. And that's been a constant for us. Yeah.
Now, to all 4 of you, what's going through your head as we find out that even as more and more people in New Jersey are getting vaccinated, that maybe some people are letting their guard down, and we're still continuing to get a fairly high number of COVID cases. Sean, we'll start with you. What's running through your head as you see that?
Well, I think it's really important for us to still make sure we're taking protocols, staying safe, because especially us on the team, our school, we understand that, like Coach Cisak said, we can lose this in a snap of the fingers. So I think we really don't want that to happen to us, and I think we're willing to do whatever it takes so that doesn't happen.
Anthony, same question to you.
Yeah, I mean, like Sean said, you kind of hit the nail on the head. It's just, I mean, we got 2 more months to hold out. So, I mean, we just got to keep pushing through. I mean, we've done it for our whole senior year. So, there's no difference at this point. I mean, I know a couple of the kids on my team, even me, I got my first shot, but I mean, still got to be safe and distance, and that's what we're doing. So,
Mark, same question. That is, COVID cases still up in Jersey, even though we're getting vaccinated.
Yeah, it's just tough to figure this out. It really is, because people that are close together and nothing happens. People working in the malls and they're crowded and nothing's happening to them. And then, somebody's at a restaurant and they got it through the air condition. It's kind of hard. I'm running around with a whip. The kids are almost disciplined in the clarity of it. And, it's not me just walking up and saying, hey, put your mask. Hey, be careful. They're disciplining themselves. They don't like working together.
Kurt, same question over to you. Again, COVID numbers still up, even though we're getting vaccinated in the state.
Yeah, it's concerning that the numbers are not, that they're still there. But we look at it. You have 2 more months. It's April 21st or whatever it is today. You got basically a month and a half to try to just hang in there for our season. And everybody's in the same boat. Can you make it to June? I think, but by June, I think things will be. We're hoping things will be a little bit better. But you got to discipline yourself. They've been through a tough year and a half, really, if you think about it. And if you want the senior year, this last season of baseball, hang in there for another month and a half. You just got to keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully be able to get there to that, get to play 2025 and be able to have playoffs and all that stuff. So I think the kids realize that you got to hang in there. Just it's not always fun. It's not always easy to listen to someone nagging about that stuff, but you.
Now to the players. I love basketball. Basketball season, you were only allowed to play a minimum of 15 games. There was no postseason, no state tournament. So, Anthony, we'll start with you. Talk about the significance of knowing that there will be tournaments, that there will be championships in addition to the division competitions. There will be tournaments, championships for you to compete for.
Yeah, I mean, I felt for all the players of the fall and the winter seasons that weren't able to do the stuff that we can do in the spring. I mean, we're really lucky, since it's the warmer weather. But, I mean, it means a lot knowing that we can play in states and counties because my sophomore year, I mean, those were the best times of my life. I mean, playing in those games and the environment and stuff like that. And I just hope that we get to experience that. And I consider ourselves really lucky that that we can still have those things.
Sean, same question over to you. Your thoughts on being able to play for tournament championships?
Yeah, going off of what Anthony said, it's an amazing feeling. We're super pumped to be able to play throughout the whole season. I feel like it's so much more than baseball those times. Like those times was my sophomore, freshman year, that just the time I got to spend with my teammates, it was some of the best months of my life. So I feel like we're really grateful we get to have those moments back, and I'm super pumped for it.
Now, I did want to mention before I forget that Mark and Kurt both reminded me that they both grew up in the same town, Palisades Park. So shout out to Pal Park. Whenever I see Mark, I always throw it in his face that he was here in first team All County in 3 sports. And with Kurt the other day, I was talking about how I remembered his Tenafly baseball team won the county title in 1994. So a long time ago, but somehow to me that doesn't seem that long ago. Final couple of questions to everyone, and that is, what do you hope to accomplish this season here? Of course, everyone wants to win every game and win multiple titles, but what can you hope to accomplish this season while going up against the COVID and trying to defeat that as well? Kurt, let's start with you.
Yeah, for us, it's the competition. It's giving those kids a chance that didn't have the chance, with answering questions of the young guys who didn't have opportunities last year, giving them the chances to compete and to compete against the good teams like the St. Joe's and all the teams that we play that are really great programs. So we're lucky to have that chance, and I'm just hoping that our kids recognize that it's a great opportunity for us. Like we were mentioning, the other sports didn't quite have that. So we have something to play for, and I think it's significant for the spring sports and for baseball in particular that we do have something to play for, and we're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to seeing if we can measure up and try to be competitive and keep our program going and answer the questions that we didn't have a chance to answer last year with all the kids missing time. So that's what we're looking to accomplish this year.
Mark, same question to you. Of course, you want to win every game, but what kind of, what are you hoping for in these next couple of months?
You know what? It's kind of twofold. Didn't have the opportunity to play last year. How hard it is for them to get into colleges now with colleges holding back their seniors and them not having a lot of opportunity to see them play. So, getting into those kind of games and playing, that's a big part for it. The other part really is that even though you all got a pot of gold, they're with you for the rest of your life. They win or lose, they're with you for the rest. This COVID thing, and that's a challenge in itself. But if they get through this and they're able to play their season, the relationships that they will have built with each other will last them a lifetime. And I want them to experience that. I don't want them to miss that at all. Well,
over to the players, Sean, again, from your perspective, of course, as a kid, you really want to win every game and win every title. But, what can you hope for over these next couple of months?
Yeah, well, our seniors last year, they unfortunately didn't get to play that season. So I feel like this season means a little bit more to us who were playing, who get the chance to play this season. And we really want to do what they were looking to do last year. And bring it home just for them. And I feel like that gives us that extra motivation to hopefully get a job done this year.
Anthony, same question to you. You want to win them all, but what's a reasonable hope that you can have over the next couple of months?
Yeah, I mean, for what Sean said, this season's definitely dedicated to the 2020 seniors, the ones that didn't get the chance to play, like me and Sean. And as my coach said, we just want to compete against the best teams in the state. I mean, that's what's a lot of fun. It's just competing. And, I think me also personally for our team, being a little young, I also want to accomplish, like setting them up for their next 2 or 3 or 1 year, whoever it is, just setting them up and keeping this program as a whole, as Ridgewood, just successful and competing pretty much.
Okay. All right. Well, that about wraps it up. I booted the opening introduction, but thanks to my 4 guests, I was able to rally back, or at least hold my own here for the next couple of minutes. Sports writer Greg Matora for NorthJersey.com and The Record. Again, I'd like to thank my guests from St. Joseph, Mark Cieslak, the coach, and Sean Hard, the player. Let's get that right this time.
Thank you.
And then from Ridgewood, we have Coach Kurt Hoban, and then player Anthony Stefan. Did I get that one right? Okay.
Yep.
All right. This has been Varsity Aces Live. As I've said for the last couple of months, stay strong, New Jersey, and let's stay on the field and keep playing. Thanks very much, and have a good night.